often in our life, the authorities fail on us. That's a very painful situation. Somebody we considered an authority, somehow or other let us down. Or the beloved authority and guide dies. Then we are in need to define again who's going to be our next authority. Like in the temple, sometimes the temple president doesn't continue his service. He wants to do something else, maybe get married and move somewhere else. And the devotees who have joined the temple, they feel lost. Wow, we believed this person and he was our guide and everything, and now he's not going on. So then the senior devotees have to get together and they have to decide who we want to be our authority now, because the representative of a spiritual master is necessary. Like everywhere, a car is driven by a driver, a plane is flown by a pilot. Every type of structure and responsibility, somebody has to take the responsibility, and in order to avoid much difficulties, the spiritual master has the last word. We should actually give somebody the last word, or we should have the last word in order to serve our spiritual master, so that there can be harmony, not unnecessary fighting. But such a person who has the last word cannot be imposed. He has to gain the credibility. He has to behave in such a way that people want him to have the last word. Like in my mission, I have the last words in practically all of the temples, but I rarely assert it. Rarely I have to go and say, no, you just do what I say because you're just doing nonsense. I always work together with everybody, and I make sure that everybody is happy with the decisions, because it's not good just you make a decision and people are then unhappy with it and try to pull on because they have no other choice. This is not the way to train up leaders. That's not the way the way people will mature. So like sometimes I remember there was a temple president, he failed, and then somebody else, another authority, just sends in another authority without considering the local devotees' feelings and everything. And such a thing doesn't really work. Usually it creates a very unhappy working relationship, because in order to be somebody's authority, you really have to win their hearts first. It's a positive, beautiful relationship. Like I remember sometimes I'm approached by some of my godbrothers who, like in the ISKCON style, ask me, "You have any job for me? You want me to be authority in any one of your projects?" Because they're older devotees. I said, well, if you wish to, you can come and join us and win the heart of some of our devotees, so that they will want to work with you and want to accept you as Prabhupada's representative, and also as my in my mission to be an important authoritative figure. And they cannot relate to that. They say, no, I want you to establish me and just give me all the facilities along with this. But this, if I would do that, I wouldn't regard and I wouldn't respect the local devotees. So in this way, this is really not good. It's not the way to do it. And when I tell them go and win the hearts of the people, they don't like that idea. So usually they don't come. Because, to run any kind of family, any spiritual family in this age, I call it a loving mess. Hopefully a loving mess. At least it should be loving. You may have discipline without love, which I'm not interested in, but you may have a mess without love as well. So I don't want that either. But in order to keep people spontaneous and to keep everything running beautifully, there has to be a certain degree, a certain freedom, and that freedom creates sometimes a certain kind of messy situations. And I prefer that mess if there is love. So everybody can participate, and everybody can actually feel that he can also take responsibility. He can also become an authority. You have to be obedient to the truth if you want to be an authority. And you have to accept the truth as your authority if you want to learn what is the truth. So it's a very subtle matter. The thing is happening inside. It's subtle. If you want to be successful in your spiritual life, you have to be a servant of the truth and a servant of everybody else you meet. Then Like there's this one saying that somebody asked Jesus, who's going to lead us after you leave? And he said, whoever it may be, he should become right now the servant of everyone. That is the criteria of an authority. He is actually serving the welfare of everyone. And that's why it's not difficult for people to accept him as an authority, because your well-wisher, what is the problem of accepting him? There is actually, you are the gainer, and he gains by doing this service to please his spiritual master and Lord Krishna. Jai.